God bless you.
God bless you.
Praise the Lord. Do you believe in God now?
No.
You're not one step closer to believing in Him.
No.
Why not?
Still don't see any evidence of there being an almighty power, only of there being life around us.
Yeah, but isn't that confirmation?
I feel it's confirmation of the opposite.
How so?
How do you see it as confirmation?
Well, you're walking around talking.
I am.
You're perceiving things around you. You're observing.
I am. Using
Right.
my brain and my eyes.
Using your brain and your eyes.
Yeah. Which you will say is a gift given by God.
No, but I'll say more than that. I'll say that your eyes and your brain can confirm that other things apart from you exist in the world around you.
Yes.
So you can perceive intelligent design.
I can perceive intelligence.
And you can perceive intelligent design. If you can perceive intelligence, you can perceive by extension intelligent design.
I can perceive and understand the concept of intelligent design.
The-
Not
the-
mean that I perceive intelligent design in front of me.
Well, a concept is an unfinished idea. But you can observe intelligence.
The concept is not an unfinished idea.
That's actually the
Idea and
definition of a concept.
might be the same thing.
No, but that's actually the definition of a concept is an incomplete idea.
I don't recognize that as a definition of a concept.
That's what it is. You can look it up yourself. But so
Where would you look it up?
you could Google it.
Using technology.
Yeah, you could use technology. And more intelligent design.
You can use your intelligence to figure it out.
Correct.
Using some sort of scientific method, maybe.
That's intelligent.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah.
It's not intelligent design.
So let me ask you a question. Does the building prove the builder?
The building proves that it was built.
It proves the builder.
Doesn't prove a builder.
Well, there may be technology that can build a building today. So let's go again. The building proves, even take it thus far, the building proves that it was built.
Yes.
In order for something to be built, there must be a builder.
Not necessarily.
The fact that something was built means that there's an intelligence behind the building of it.
Does that tree prove a builder?
Yes,
That tree proves a builder.
absolutely.
You see, that's where we're going to have a disconnect. As that tree
That's
proves
because you're denying God and I'm not. You're in rebellion against God and I'm not. That's why you draw the line there.
I'm not drawing the line anywhere.
You just did.
I just asked if that proves a builder. You believe it does, I believe it doesn't.
We've proven it does.
How have we proven it does?
Because intelligent design cannot exist in the absence of intelligence.
And where do you get that evidence from?
It's self-explanatory. The invariant law of logic, which you're abandoning when you get so far. You're abandoning the invariant law of logic when you get to a tree, but you won't do it when you see technology or a building.
But that's the difference between natural and unnatural structures, is it not?
No, natural structures are even more complex in design than unnatural structures.
Natural structures are more chaotic than unnatural structures.
Absolutely not. Natural structures, if you
believe in chaos?
no, the power of your microscope determines how much complexity you can observe,
Yes.
right? So the more powerful your microscope, it proves that infinite design, infinite complexity in design exists so that this tree can come into existence, which proves an infinite God. Because the more powerful,
It proves an infinite scale. It does not prove an infinite God.
it proves both actually.
I agree with you that using a powerful enough microscope, we can look smaller and smaller and smaller, and we'll go, as far as I'm aware, infinitely.
You're disproving yourself now, you realize that.
Because the concept of infinity,
You're like a man feeling around in the dark, but he knows the room. Let me explain what I mean by that. You're only allowing yourself go so far. You're only allowing yourself to go so far as you know and have perceived. Okay? But even in doing that, you can perceive from where you are that there's something outside of the room. So you're saying there's an infinite scale, which means that the scale, things that are designed within that scale, require an infinite intelligence.
well, what can that design? What if it's chaos?
See, that's where you're abandoning reason and logic.
The chaos of infinity means that there could be a complete lack of intelligent design.
How, that's impossible.
How is it impossible?
You give me one example where chaos has created intelligent structure.
Do you understand the concept?
Can you give me that example?
Answer my question.
Can you answer that question?
Do you understand the concept of infinity?
Again, infinity is not a concept. We just confirmed that. It's a fact.
Okay, so you do understand what infinity is.
Of course.
Infinity is infinite.
I would have to understand it so we could establish it.
Yeah, we've established this. As such, within infinite possibilities, there is a possibility that there's intelligent design, but there's also a much stronger possibility that there is not.
That's impossible. You're contradicting yourself. You must abandon logic to present that as an argument.
I feel you're abandoning all.
Okay, please show me how I've done that.
I mean, I have to reference previous discussions
Go for it.
where you denied the idea of scientific method.
No, I didn't deny.
Yes, you did.
No, I said science means knowledge.
I will quote you. Doing something over and over and getting a different result is a weird way of trying to figure out what the original idea is.
No, I don't recall saying that.
Right? I'm sorry, but that's what I remember.
Still doesn't prove your point nor answer the question. If you can observe an infinite scale, if you can say that there's an infinite scale, you can't observe it, but you know it's there.
Yes.
Okay, Einstein said a similar thing. It shows your intelligence and it shows a level of humility. Einstein said we're like small children that go into a library that can speak one language. They go into the library, they open books that are written in many different languages that they cannot perceive, yet they have the ability to perceive them as languages,
Okay.
which means that they have an appreciation of a structure, even though they can't comprehend that structure.
Okay.
Okay. As human beings, Einstein was talking about scientists.
Project just into that.
But I'm forming my point and then take the stage. So what Einstein was saying was that mankind, the parallel he was drawing, right, was that mankind are similar, even the most intelligent human beings. They can observe that there are other languages being spoken in the world around us, other complexities that they can't fully perceive.
But they can perceive it
They can perceive they exist, but they can't understand.
yet.
Well, but that's what I'm saying to you.
But the idea there that other languages exist and they can tell right here. However, if you were in that library and you were to find a book of nonsense,
You could identify it as nonsense.
not necessarily. If that book of nonsense is written in a way that looks like it might be a language, then you will struggle.
Well, you see, you're having to contradict yourself here.
How?
Because you're saying if it's perceivable that it might be a language, well then you're perceiving that there's a structure to it. How then can it be nonsense?
No, what I'm saying
What are
is
you talking about, the Bible?
Talking about the infinite creator and how he's perceivable in the world around us.
Indeed.
what I'm saying is that from a small selection, you can possibly see what you perceive to be a pattern, what you perceive to be intelligence, but you may be incorrect.
You're going into the realm of futility here.
I'm
If
going
you could,
into the realm
if you
of
can,
hypothesis, which is something that you don't like.
I don't.
You like something hypothetical.
No, I don't go into hypothesis. See, that's where. See, but that's where you abandon science.
No, that's where you explore science.
No, that's where you abandon science. Science means knowledge, sir.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
However,
If you're abandoning established knowledge and going into the realm of hypothesis, it's because you don't know where you're going.
yes, but you can use hypothesis to find where you're going. You don't believe that in any way a hypothesis can be used to
No,
find
the
where
only
you're
thing you can use to find where you're going is something you already know.
going. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
If you were to close your eyes now, you would struggle to get to Dublin, correct?
Yes.
Hypothetically, however, you could do it.
It's the different use of hypothesis.
That is a hypothesis right there.
Well, it's not an unknown because there are many factors that I know in order to get to Dublin. First of all, I know Dublin. Second of all, I know the bus. So you've just proven my point that in order to do something, in order to achieve something, you have to know something already.
Yes. But
Yes.
where does hypothesis come from?
Nah,
You know something.
not if you're abandoning logic. If you abandon logic and you call that hypothesis, you're deceiving yourself and nobody else. Yes.
If you are using a hypothesis, you are hypothesizing. You are using this to search for intelligence, to search for an answer. Hypothetically, you could find your way to Dublin. However, if you were given the exact
It's not like would like, sir. You can perceive the world around you,
Yeah.
right? You can see the tree.
Yeah.
You said that you can perceive that there is an infinite scale,
Yes.
right? Which and you can see even in that within that infinite scale, you can see structure. So we know that a cell has biochemistry, complex biochemistry.
That's something we call
Can I just round off my point? So if you can perceive an infinite scale and you can perceive intelligent design within the scale so much insofar as you can perceive it or understand it, like the analogy that we used with Einstein in the library, then you can show with certainty that there is an intelligent designer behind an intelligent design who must be infinite.
unless we see this chaos and we try to make structure of it. Humanity is all
You have to go to hypothesis, you have to go to chaos. You're trying to disprove what you can see with what you don't know. That's where you end up in futility. And that's how they come up with these things like the Big Bang Theory.
That futility is, in my opinion, where religion comes from.
No, it's written down.
This is people looking for answers thousands of years ago.
No, they had the answers.
How old is that book?
Have you read it?
I have.
But then what are they looking for?
Answers.
No, it's prophesies the future. Not looking for anything.
Which book is that?
Jesus said it is finished.
So which book is it you're holding?
The Holy Scriptures, the Holy Bible.
Which?
It's actually 66 books, 40 authors. It's from Genesis to Revelation. Genesis is the creation account. Revelation is how the world ends.
That would be mostly the Old Testament then, wouldn't it?
So it's the old and the new.
That would be the Old Testament, wouldn't it?
No, it's the old and the new. It's the complete Bible, the complete library.
But regardless, that book is a search for answers.
No, it's telling you the answers ahead of time. Actually,
To find the answers in that book, someone had to search it, did they not?
no. God gave them revelation.
And how did they get that revelation? By searching.
Various different ways. No, He spoke to some of them. He appeared to some of them.
And why would he appear to them? Because they searched.
Well, the Bible does say, "Seek and you shall find." That's correct.
Exactly, yes.
But that's in terms of spiritual seeking God, with an open heart and a humble heart, contrite spirit.
The entirety of the Bible is and can be seen as a metaphor, correct?
No,
You think every single bit of it must be literal?
but that's different. It's a different question to the statement you made.
Explain.
Well, the Bible is many things. It's a manual. Manu meaning mind, al meaning maker. So it's the mind of the maker. It's a manual for life. Okay? God tells us.
Linguistics coming into this. Linguistics are irrelevant, but go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just trying to help you to
Go ahead.
just trying to help you to understand. So it's a manual. Okay? It's an historical account. There's a genealogy. There's lineage there. Sorry, I don't mean to keep you.
No, so I have time. I've
there's-
got a few moments left actually.
Okay. It's a genealogy. It's prophecy. And in fact, it has prophesied many events that have come to pass.
I'm not going to say name one because I understand you're correct there. There are
Absolutely.
events that have been prophesied in the Bible
That have come to pass.
have come to pass. However, the futility of prophesying is an entire other discussion. I mean, even today there are people who claim to be able to prophesy. Now, I'm not claiming that this is relevant to the Bible. I'm just the
Well,
idea of a prophecy.
Proof of a prophet is whether what he says comes to pass or not.
Okay, but the idea of prophesying something vague, something in the future that may happen, describing it in a way that can be misinterpreted or reinterpreted or interpreted, I don't consider that to be a prophecy. A prophecy for me is if I say tomorrow at 2:33 p.m. two people will walk in here, shake hands, and walk away. That's a prophecy.
Not if you tell them both to do it.
Oh, if you tell them to do it, then it's not a prophecy. Or if you tell them, however, if I was to say tomorrow, people will walk in here. That's a prophecy, but at the same time, it's so incredibly likely to happen, you can't call it prophetic. The difference is in the detail. The Bible does not contain detail of prophecy.
Absolutely does. Revelation is all about the detail of what's going to happen when Jesus returns. It's in great detail.
Yet.
What, say again?
You can't call it prophecy
Oh no, but even Jesus' coming was prophesied before his coming.
that also describes more than one other religious figure,
No, it describes Jesus.
among others.
No, those manuscripts are in the Holy Scriptures.
Okay, so none of the stories are taken from any
Are extra biblical, no. They're not outside of the Bible.
So
I mean, there may be manuscripts that exist outside of the Bible, coincidentally, but I'm talking about the Bible.
before the time of the Bible, though, none of the stories would be in any way familiar to someone before the time of the Bible, no?
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is the story of Jesus Christ can sometimes be taken as a direct rip of the story of wrath.
But would that not?
Very similar story, very, very similar prophecy.
Yeah, but they would have.
Of course, the Christians won, and wrath no one really listens to no more.
Well, that's evidence that
That
the Christian God is superior.
That is evidence of violence and murder.
Well, no, not necessarily.
No, 100%.
Murder is unjustified killing. God doesn't murder.
What is it justified killing?
It's the wrath of God.
Is it justified killing?
It's justice. It's God's justice against the sinner.
That is complete bullshit.
Well, that's your opinion.
Killing someone, regardless of any situation, is
So is the death penalty murder? No,
Yes.
categorically no, it's not.
It is.
It isn't. It's killing, yes,
No one.
but it's not murder.
The right to kill another person. No one.
But God gives life, so
And God takes life, yes?
yes,
But does God have the right then to tell someone else to take life?
yes,
He does not.
He
No one
does.
has the right to tell someone
He's
else
done
to
it.
take life.
He has done it, and he's still God. That gives him the right.
Because someone has done something does not give them the right to do it.
Of course it does. He's done it.
But again, that does not give someone the right.
It does.
If I kick you in the face right now, does that give me the right to kick you in the face?
Not unless you're justified in doing it.
And if I come up with some justification for that, am I justified then?
Not if it's not according to God. Because he's the sovereign authority. He's the authority over all.
What would you say if I was to tell you, I'm a pagan,
Yeah.
I am a follower of Odin.
Well
By
then,
my religion,
yeah.
I have every right to strike you down for speaking of
Right.
the
Well,
God.
the police might have something to say about that.
Okay, but in your discussion, what I've just said is justifiable.
No.
It is justice.
No, because you're going to be answerable to Yahweh because he is God and you just made one up.
I feel like God from before the time of Yahweh is a little less made up than one of.
There's none before the time of Yahweh. He created the heavens and the earth.
So the first documentations of Christians then, what's that all about? Like what happened before the first documentations of Christians?
Okay, so let's
I say we'll go back to Judaism there. So
yeah, you have to because Christian just means Christ-like.
yeah, of course.
So that's a follower of the way.
Yeah. However, even before Judaism, before monotheism, there were people who worshipped, or they're not.
You mean false gods? Yeah.
I mean, what they were
They were worshipping Satan.
they were worshipping what they understood as
They were
God.
worshipping Satan, the god of this age.
They would have been worshipping what they understood as Yahweh, would they not?
So, yes, there were certainly worshippers of Yahweh.
What I'm saying is someone who throughout their life was brought up to believe in Odin. And this is who they worship, and they worship in their way. All the things that they use as evidence for Odin, that would be Yahweh's work, would it not?
No. Yahweh speaks about himself. Yahweh made himself known. He doesn't rely on anybody else to speak for him.
If you were born in a time where you were brought up and your parents brought up, say, Odin is true, you would give the very same argument about this tree being proof of Odin existing.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't. Because Yahweh has revealed himself to me.
Go on.
Yeah. He's done it in his word and by his Holy Spirit.
But what my argument here is Yahweh and Odin are interchangeable as names.
Well, you mean it just means God in a different language?
Not necessarily.
Well, then they're not interchangeable.
See, you're calling me and saying I'm talking about false gods.
I'm saying that Odin is a false god.
Odin has the very same arguments for existing as Yahweh does.
No, absolutely not. Yahweh doesn't argue whether he exists or not. He's shown himself to exist.
And I'm sure many a Viking raider would tell you Odin had shown himself to exist.
They could tell you that, but they couldn't back it up.
Can you back it up? Holding a book above your head doesn't back anything up.
Agreed, but I'm showing you that the Holy Bible does back it up.
Okay, and what about the rune sticks?
What do you mean?
The rune sticks that describe the faith of the pagans in Scandinavia. Those are also old books, but not books, they're sticks.
Yeah. But you see, the difference between any god you can come up with in your mind or in history or scribbled on a wall is that Yahweh has revealed himself and continues to do so through both the prophecies in his holy scriptures, what has come to pass and what will come to pass. What is coming to pass today is in the holy scriptures and is undeniable.
You understand the argument that I'm putting towards you, do you not?
Say again, sorry?
You understand the argument I'm putting towards you.
I've heard it before, I just don't see it as valid. It spins out.
I'm asking if you understand it though. Not if it's valid, not if you've heard it before.
Do I submit to it? No.
No, not submit, understand.
Go on.
Do you understand the argument that I put towards you? That every piece of evidence you have ever seen in your life could be used for any other faith in the world.
I see that you're making assumptions now about what I have seen in my life.
That's a fair point, I am.
Yes?
But I'm still going to stand by my point that
Well, your point isn't valid. You must make an assumption.
I mean, you're assuming that
You're going into that realm of hypothesis again.
it seems we're just going to talk in circles, don't it?
Well, I'm not talking in circles. I am repeating myself because I'm trying to make it
As am
clear
I,
to you.
though.
I know.
We're both just repeating ourselves. It's
No,
wasting both of our time.
but this is what I want to point out to you. In order to disprove God, God bless him. In order to disprove God, you have to go into chaos and into hypothesis. You have to abandon what you can see. But as somebody who believes in science, you believe in what is evidenced, but in order to argue against God, you have to go into the realm of things that aren't evidenced.
Are you denying the existence then of chaos and hypothesis? Chaos does exist.
God is a God of order.
I mean, as far as I can tell, chaos exists.
Where?
COVID-19, man. The entire world right now is in chaos.
Oh, you're talking about chaotic behavior.
But chaotic.
Well, chaotic behavior is a choice. It comes as a result of free will,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
or the misuse of free will.
I'm sorry now, I don't actually have time to continue.
Okay,
I do enjoy these discussions, man.
so do I. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you engaging as well.
Thank you.
Bless you.